Hey everyone, it is Wednesday, February 22nd. It's the day after Fat Tuesday. Are you feeling fat? Maybe not. That's not a good question to ask, but it is RVNN-Live, and today we've got Paul Akers of Fastcap. We've got a really cool product called the iPole. We've got some other products to talk about, stuff that you'll want when you're RVing. This is RVNN-Live, brought to you in part by GoToMeeting and PetHub.
Today's program brought to you by PetHub. Protect your pet for pennies a day with critical contact, medical, and dietary information on a smartphone scannable ID tag. And by GoToMeeting, affordable online meetings that work so you can do more and travel less.
Hey everyone, it is Courtney Wallen here at RVNN-Live, joined of course by Mr. Andy McCaskey. How are you?
Oh, doing well, and I'm just really thrilled. We got a great show today because we've got a guest from the left coast of the U.S. here.
The left coast. This is Paul Akers. Paul, thanks for joining us today.
You're welcome, and I'm glad to be here, Courtney and Andy.
And Paul, we met about a month and a half ago. It seems weird. Time is totally lost here, but we met at CES in Vegas, and I was going into North Hall one day. I was on assignment with Mr. Jeffrey Powers of Geekazine. We said, here we go, we find this, and we walk by, we say, what's interesting about your product? And you said, we've got the coolest product here. We said, yeah,
right.
yeah. It really was. And we think this is great for our audience. And Paul, Fastcap is the name of your company. You have a range of products. So let's first start with, what is Fastcap? What can you tell us about that?
Well, Fastcap is a 13-year-old company that I started in my garage. I'm a woodworker, a general contractor, build custom furniture, guitars, those kinds of things. And I developed a very simple product called the Fastcap, and from there I just kept developing more and more products, and now we have a whole line of products, not just for woodworkers, but also for the tech industry, because I'm a real tech guy. I'm into my iPhone, I'm into my iPad, I have 2 Macs. I'm just love technology, so I developed a line of tech products, and one of them is the iPole for act, filming, directing yourself, which is really cool, and I use it every day, and people around the world are using it because it is a hot product.
It really is, and you gave this to me at CES, and you're getting so much swag, as they call it, swag. And this is one thing that I had, and I tell you what, I thought, well, this isn't going to fit in a bag. I have the big one here, the ski pole one, and I thought, this isn't going to fit in my bag. What am I going to do with this all day? Because I didn't go back to our station for a while. This thing was awesome. I was leaning on it. It was giving me support. My feet were hurting, and it was
to keep people from walking into your shop,
yes,
which is always a problem at these busy trade shows.
I had 2 because Jeffrey and I both had them, and I was blocking off people saying, get out of here. Get out of here. But, the thing is, it created conversation. And, of course, the eye dangle as well is something that you gave us. And why don't we talk about the eye dangle real quick? Great product.
The eye dangle was actually one of our first tech products. It's right here around my neck. Basically, I am on the phone all day. We have an international product development company. We're in 40 countries. My phone rings nonstop. And I was always reaching in my pocket to get my phone out and then holding it up to my ear. And I only had one hand free, and I couldn't type well. And I was very unproductive. So I said, you know what? I need this phone hanging around my neck so that when I get a phone call, all I have to do is reach up, put the earbuds in, push answer, continue to type, walk around, work, carry on a conversation that I can be focused on. And that's what I did. I developed a product where the headset is integrated into the lanyard and into the case. It's seamless. It works perfect. You can talk on the phone hands-free when you're driving your RV or driving your car. You can hear perfectly. People can hear you. There's no road noise. You can hike with it. You can bike with it. You can run with it. You can do anything. It's just the ultimate product.
Well, and I think one of the things that we find from a technology standpoint, a lot of times you're on the phone with tech support people, and then they want you to look at the back of the equipment, move around, and so forth. That mobility is just a super capability.
That's a great point, Andy, and everyone's had that situation. Hold on, let me hold my phone while I look at the bottom of my blender or something. You know what I mean? None of that. The iPhone, the eye dangle eliminates all of that. And so, people say, how do you get so much done every day, Paul? Well, you know what? I focus on productivity and making things that make my life easy, and the eye dangle is one of those things. It's just awesome.
It is, and the iDangle's great, and like you said, we've got a really active audience here in hiking, biking. I mean, they're RVing, but that's just their base camp, and then they go and do all these great things, and that's why we really think that these products are something to be talked about. And Paul, I went to your YouTube. And you're a crazy man, and you do things that are just I would love to do. And you've been to Aspen a couple times, and you've shot your ski trips. I've got the video here. It's a rough job, but someone's got to do it, right?
I have a tough life. I work really, really hard, but I play really hard, too. I've been around the world with the iPole, from the Acropolis to Indonesia, scuba diving with poisonous snakes, to riding the gondola up at Aspen and doing extreme skiing on a bowl at 12,000 feet, all with the iPole. I film everything with it, and it looks like I have a film crew with me.
Yeah.
But no, I don't have a film crew. It's just me. It's totally stable, and it's just so cool what you can do with this thing.
It's way cool. And, we've talked about geocaching, and such a huge audience here at RVNN is geocachers. And we had a huge contest a few months ago. It was a walking stick. And they love to take pictures of their geocaches while they're out there. They're out there in extreme conditions as well, and hiking and all these great things. And this pole, it doubles as a walking stick, but you've got your camera, your iPhone, whatever you're using, right there on the end of it, so you don't have to dig in your pocket to get out. Look at this. Look at him skiing. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just looking. Paul, how in the world the stability that you have? I mean, this is at the end of a pole that's, 5 feet long. How do you hold that steady?
It's counterbalance is what it is. It's a perfect counterbalance system. It works flawlessly. This is nothing. This skiing that you're watching now is nothing. Wait until you see the end of this video where I'm chasing this guy. This guy's an extreme skier who's behind me right now. He took me up to the bowl. He's a local Aspen guy. And I'm following him turn for turn with the iPole, and it looks like I have a $50,000 film crew staging the scene, and I don't. I have a $25 pole with a camera on the end of it, and it's flawless.
It has like that Steadicam look to it, and it's just amazing. When I had a chance to take a look at this video earlier.
Yeah, it's better than a Steadicam, Andy, because it gets the camera out away from you so you can really see the perspective, and it looks like you've got a camera rotating around the outside of you. It's really awesome what you can do with it.
And let's just reiterate the fact here, Paul. You don't need a fancy camera to do this. You can hook up your just consumer camera, or, like me, my iPhone 4S, which has 1080p. I could just stick that right on there, and here we go. You know what I mean? And it's not something that you have to invest any more than what you have for this product.
Well, that's the beautiful thing about it. The new smartphones are just awesome. I'm an iPhone person. I'm a Mac guy all the way, but you can put a Droid in there, an Android. It holds any phone, anything, because it comes with our super mount, which is spring-loaded. The phone won't come out. It's off the charts. 90% of all the filming that I shoot, and remember, I do this for a living, 90% of all the film I shoot is done on my iPhone 4S.
Oh my goodness! I'm trying to get to the part here where you're chasing this guy, because it's pretty interesting.
Isn't it?
Yeah. While she's doing that, one of the questions that I always would have is how the audio is handled. When you snap this in, the built-in mics then are not covered up or anything, right?
Oh, not at all, and they work perfect. I mean, you hear the audio, you hear me talking on it. I'm not wearing a cordless mic. I'm not doing anything. It's just the way I do it.
And I have to poke at you just a little bit, only because I'm the worst skier known to man. And even if I do get up on my feet, I get knocked over by some 16-year-old on a snowboard. That's another story.
Yeah. Well, we're in an area where hills are like 140 feet.
An expert.
You'll make me an expert? Yeah.
One day, I can make anybody a great skier in one day. You just spend one day, I'll show you how to do it.
It looks like I'm going to have to travel with Paul, Andy, on my 2-year sabbatical here. And what I was going to say, though, is that it's funny because you've got this pole and you take a couple spills, which if it was me, you would just see me spilling the entire time. But it captures that. It's fun.
You're talking about the extreme video now. You're talking about the pole where I show the crashes.
Yes, the pole.
That's very, very fun.
This is cool. Now I think we're getting to the point where on the video here where we're going up the ski lift. Is this where you start chasing them?
Right. It's right here, right after this scene. And again, look how cool this scene is to capture sitting on a lift. And yeah, it looks like a film crew is filming me, and I'm moving the camera all around. It's steady. I even changed. I hand Justin the camera here in a minute. Watch this. And you would think, well, when Justin's going to use it, he's never used it before. It's going to get all crazy and he's not going to know what to do, but he does a perfect job. Isn't that a funny scene right there? I'm always messing around, you know, I have to. Life is fun. Here we go. Watch this. So Justin gets the pole now, and you think Justin wouldn't know how to do it. It's perfect. The same as when I'm doing it.
That's too cool. Way
He's
cool.
never held it before up to this point.
Way cool. Now, Paul, we have to ask, what's the price point on these units, and how can they find them?
Yeah, they're very reasonable. It's only $25 for the. We have two eye poles. We have the stainless steel small compact one that goes from 9 inches to 43 inches, and then we have the trekking pole. This is the original eye pole, and this is a regular hiking pole that's expandable with a beautiful cork handle and the flexible gooseneck on the top for mounting your camera. It's $25. I mean, the pricing is so reasonable, but we're the manufacturer. We do it all, so there's not 10 people in between driving the cost up.
Great. And today, you've been so generous. We are going to be giving away a couple of your products. And we've got a contest going on our Facebook, our Google+, our Pinterest, and our Twitter. If you are involved with that, before 5 p.m. Eastern today, you will get a chance to win some of these great products. We'll announce the winner on those social media sites later on today. And Paul, thank you so much for giving us those. And we're excited to get those in the hands of people and see the footage that they can take with these products. We think that'll be a lot of fun to take a look at. What do you think, Andy?
Oh, I think so. And I know that the smaller one, Jeffrey has used that for several years, I believe. And it's just an amazing different view that you get just by going up above the crowds.
Oh, yeah, it's awesome. And it's all about video. Look at this video. I'm chasing him turn for turn, and look how perfectly stable it is.
Now, Paul, when you start going through these trees, you are a crazy man. That scares. Oh, whoa! There was a stop.
Nothing compared to the guy that I'm skiing with. I'm a rookie. These guys, see that bowl right behind us? That's where we skied the next day.
Oh,
that's a 12,000-foot mountain. We hiked up and skied that bowl.
Wow. Awesome. And you've got a fun trip coming up here soon, so we can look for video from that.
Oh, yeah. We're going to Mexico to see the gray whales migrate, and we're going to have a great time. And I'm going to get the eye pole right in there, and we'll probably get some spectacular footage.
Great. Well, Paul, thank you so much. We love this product, and we know that our viewers will as well. Can't wait to see who wins them, like I said. And real quick, tell them where to go to find out more.
You can just go to fastcap.com, Fastcap, like a baseball cap, the one I'm wearing, and running fast. That's it. And you can also go to Fastcap Tech. That's our tech product website. But you can just go to Fastcap, and you'll find all the products there at Fastcap Tech.
Fantastic. Paul, thank you so much. Be in touch. We'll be in touch with you, and we hope to talk to you again soon.
Hey, thanks, Courtney. Thanks, Andy. It was a pleasure.
Thanks, Paul.
Okay, bye-bye.
Alrighty. Well, great product again, and we just really appreciate him coming on because that was one of those, at the end of the day, recaps at CES. Simple.
Yeah,
simple. Way cool.
Exactly. And, you know, we were talking about geocaching yesterday. The first rule of geocaching is when you find where you think it's hidden is poke it with a stick. And we were just saying, if you had any critters to slither out, this would be a way to get a video of exactly what jumped out of the bush.
I don't know if I was recording if I'd actually get that because I would be screaming like a little girl, A, and B, my hands would be flailing everywhere. So again, the eye pole, the eye dangle, and this is the eye pole, the extended one and the small one. So
yeah,
stuff.
And I think the eye dangle, you really like that.
Oh my
once
goodness.
you went by their booth, I think you used that for the rest of the show.
It didn't come off my neck. And the thing is because I mean it's so loud in there. We've got so much stuff. We weren't going back to our
studio.
To the studio very often, and this was great because I could see the phone call because it was just hanging here, and I could use the headphones and just stick it right in and. It saved me. It really did because we were all calling each other.
Oh yeah.
Trying to figure out what was going on, and it was in my pocket half the time where I couldn't hear or feel it. So it was awesome. I would highly recommend it. So, anyways, I guess it's time for our 30 seconds here, Andy. And today, of course, I keep switching just for the fun of it. Just feel like pushing buttons. I think I've had a little too much coffee today. 30 seconds. Of course, we are now on Pinterest. Go to pinterest.com/RVNN. Some really cool stuff up there. If you don't know how to use Pinterest, Monday's episode of Live, we did do a tutorial, and you can always email me, cw@rvnn.tv, if you have any questions. Of course, we're on Google+, Plus as well. We're now on the Roku, so be sure to subscribe to the channel up there. We've got some really great new shows coming up, and of course new episodes posted weekly. And today, Andy, I think this is just going to be incorporated into our 30 seconds, which makes it a longer 30 seconds because what I'm going to show is 60 seconds.
30 seconds before you start.
30 seconds before I start.
Yes.
Of course, we've been talking about Pet Hub, which is one of our great sponsors here at RVNN TV, and they are running a contest, a video contest. So if you have got a great idea and want to send it in there, you can do that before March 4th. That's when voting closes. So we just want to remind you what a great product Pet Hub is, but instead of us explaining it to you, we want these great people that are doing these videos to explain it to you. And this is video entry number 3. Andy, I think you're going to like this one.
Okay.
Howdy, y'all. Name's Bruce, pet detective. It all started one night. I got a call from a dame about a lost dog. I told her not to worry and that she needed to give me some information on the mutt before I could start investigating. Once I found out that the mutt was registered in the Pet Hub system, I knew my investigating was going to be a cinch. I checked the system and I saw that the dog had been found by a man who called himself Johnson. I contacted Johnson directly and told him to meet me in the East Street alleyway at midnight. Now I met up with Johnson, what he claimed was the dog, and I was able to run the dog's custom QR code tag on my smartphone and saw that it was the dog for the woman. Thanks to Pet Hub, I was able to find the exact dog and return it to her rightful owner, all in a day's or night's work.
Pretty clever. I like that one.
That
and
was a little bit different. And of course, what they were talking about is the Pet Hub tag that you put on your dog's collar or your pet's collar, which enables someone who finds the animal to get it back to you. And a great product. And you can of course save 20% by using the code RVNN20 when you go to pethub.com.
Mm-hmm. So we'll have more videos daily until March 4th because of course then voting is closed. So hop over to pethub.com. All right, Andy, it's that time of the day where we talk about some business.
RV Business, yes. RVbusiness.com, of course, is the primary publication and site for the business of recreational vehicles, but from time to time there are some things that maybe are of interest to consumers. A couple of items today kind of attracted my attention. Probably the most interesting one is the fact that lightweight units are beginning to attract the attention on the RV show circuit. This is the time of the year when there are consumer shows, the RV and boat shows that happen all across the country. And what you may not realize is that a unit that was a 21-foot unit that perhaps was 3,200 pounds that you might see today, that would have weighed 1,000 pounds more just 10 years ago. Of course, weight is always a factor in the RV business, but there are a lot of trends that are moving towards the use of aluminum, a lightweight compressed fiberboard, or even balsa wood for interior components. That enables trailers to get bigger and actually end up weighing less. And they are becoming lighter, they're becoming more fuel efficient, they're becoming more aerodynamic, but still not sacrificing the interior space. An example, of course, from the consumer electronics side is that your tube type television used to take up several cubic feet, and of course now you've got flat screen TVs, and that helps with the weight as well as the freeing up more space inside the RV. And of course the driver, people are looking to be able to tow units with smaller SUVs or even with passenger cars. So all that's driving the technology. Of course, another side of it is that people still want to, who are involved in active sports, particularly motorsports, want to take their toys along with them, so to speak. And you know, there's a lot of activity here in Indiana where many of these units are made, but there is manufacturer on the western part of the U.S., on the West Coast, called Pacific Coach Works. And they have just started to develop and ship a fifth wheel line. Company is called Sandsport, and this was the first fifth wheel that they have released that complements the Sandsport toy hauler. They will be shipping to a number of dealers. The Sandsport was just introduced in 2011, but they'll be appearing at All Seasons RV, All Valley RV, Johnny Walker RV, Paul Everts RV, SST RV, and a number of other dealers, principally on the West Coast, made in Riverside at Pacific Coach Works. So that's it. Those are a couple of the more consumer-focused RV headlines that appeared at RV Business Today.
Alrighty, and of course, if you want to go back to any of those will be in our show notes, so be sure to check that out. It is the portion of the show now where we talk about some social media headlines, and of course you can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, Pinterest. Is there any more that I could just throw out there? We're all over the place, so there's no excuse not to be connected with us. We love to be connected with you, and this portion of the show, I'd like to talk about some things that I found. This is something I retweeted from our friends at My Campmate, and they've talked about, now I just want to preface this with the fact that I know that sometimes I cover stories and things that don't involve or completely involve places or to travel in the United States. And I do that because we've got a huge audience all over the world, and a lot of people over in the UK especially are caravanning, and I love to pick out unique spots. So this is something that My Campmate tweeted out. I retweeted it, and they've got the top 10 prisons you can visit.
Top 10 prisons.
Yes.
Okay. I have to wonder about this, but that does look like a movie set.
Yeah, it does. And you know, they said, why would you, or would you want to go visit these prisons even if you could? And I said, and this is to My Campmate, which if you check out their app, you pin places you go. I said, yeah, you've got to go and then pin pin these places that you're going. So, of course, some of these you're going to be familiar with. This is Robben Island. Robben Island, yep. This is in South Africa. There is one in the United States, of course. You could probably guess which one that is. It's Alcatraz.
That's Alcatraz.
So, of course, a place that you must go visit. And you know what? The computers are.
I've understood that is that's quite a tour. I've been to the Bay Area, of course, a number of times, and you can look out and see it sitting off to the side there, and you kind of imagine. First of all, the isolation from a prisoner standpoint, but then as a taxpayer, you would look at it and say, boy, that's got to be an expensive place to keep resupplied and administered.
Yes.
So that's kind of the drawback of that. But that's an unusual series of destinations that you might pick out. But I guess like everything else, that there are people who you kind of find that interesting. Hopefully not for professional reasons.
Yes, so that's why I really did bring it up. It's interesting. It's weird. There's 10 of them, and you've just got to check them out. So those will be in the show notes. Again, give my credit there to My Campmate for finding that one out, and I just thought that would be fun and interesting. Now, this is from Better RVing, and Andy, we talk a lot about work campers, and there's a lot of people out there that are work camping, and probably it's going to continue to grow as a lifestyle. Mm-hmm. And this article from Better RVing says the whole winter RVing. Are you willing to RV in the winter and then commit yourself to working in your RV during the winter? So they say winter work camping over the winter, real winter. This is deep snow, mountains, and all that great stuff. That
does look. Now, one of the benefits of that is that the Wi-Fi won't be as congested as it might be during other times of the year, so that would be one of the upsides. And I guess you could have time for quiet contemplation. That would be a second benefit. And I suspect that once you adapt and learn how to do it, it would be really fun.
Yeah, so they've, the other day I showed that video of the trailer, actually it was a Class C that got stuck in the snow.
Yes.
So clearly that article goes over all the things, the safety precautions that you need to take, the obvious things. But it's something to think about. So don't just be, if you're a full-timer, don't be
So work
encouraged to stop.
camping opportunities in the summer are obviously assisting with other guests coming into the campground and so forth. Did they talk about, are they primarily maintenance-oriented work camping opportunities, or did the article talk about that?
You know, I don't, I'm actually on the other one right now and can't screen back to that. But
Can't stream back.
Yeah, the particular article, though, was written by people who are actually our full-timing. So when the winter months came around, they kind of had that question, do you do it? Where do you do it? How do you do it? And so
You'll see why I said whoops.
Yeah, whoops.
In just a moment, I looked over to Courtney's laptop and saw this.
So the standard sizes of RVs, this is switching topics here now, over 8 foot tall. Typically, I think 12 feet is the standard height on a RV, and you know that going into it, so you need to steer clear of bridges that are maybe only 8 feet tall. And if you don't, this is what will happen. Ouch.
Oh,
Ouch.
that is so painful.
Ouch, that hurts.
So
Yikes.
painful.
So I don't know if your insurance covers that.
I don't know, but you know, it's one of those things where we talk about people being distracted, tuning the radio, looking at their cell phone. And if you just kind of missed it, that 8 foot sign at the wrong moment, it could kind of ruin your whole morning.
It really could, and the eye dangle maybe could have helped them out in that situation, or the pole maybe to lift up the bridge a little bit. So this next video I posted on our Facebook. Of course, we're facebook.com/RV Newsnet, and GoRVing is got a new campaign coming out, the Away campaign, and they have published a new video. However, you can't if you YouTube search for it, you can't find it because it's unlisted. So we are going to give you a sneak peek, and I captioned this by saying, if this doesn't make you want to RV, I don't know what will. So you be the judge of that.
Away. Is the smell of salt in the air. It's the sound a seashell makes. Away is a place that's beyond your imagination, yet well within your means. Find your away. For a dealer in the RV that's right for you, visit GoRVing.com.
All right, so Andy, consensus.
Oh man, they did a great job. On that. And if you were to go back and replay that, there's story after story after story, all compressed into 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm. It is, and I had a lot of comments on there that said, okay, now we definitely need to find a beachside camping place to camp this camping season, because wow. I mean, your home is right there. Just boom, set it there and be done with it. So that is my social media portion of today's show. And, of course, everything will be in our show notes. And be sure to follow us, circle us, whatever you do on those things. Yes. Tweet us, retweet us, all that good stuff. We'd love to hear back from you. So, of course, you can give me an email, cw@rvnn.tv. Love to hear from you. And, Andy, I picked out my travel app for the day based on Paul, and I told him this. I did a very Paul-specific app, because actually, if you go to Fastcap, he does a portion where he talks about some of his favorite apps for travel and things like that. So I asked him if he had heard of this one, and he said he had not. And Andy, I also had you in mind, because you're going to flip out. You're going to love this one. It's called REALSKI. It's free. He's getting his phone out. If you can tell, he's already got his phone out. It's REALSKI. It kind of sounds Polish, REALSKI, if you say it together. And it is, ready for it, Andy?
Okay.
Augmented reality app for your ski slopes. So here's a quick video. Alrighty, that is. What do you think?
Wow, I'm just looking at on the monitor off to the side here. It's like your own personal signage that you take with you. That you're always looking right at the sign.
Yes, and if you're like me, which I don't know if I told Paul this, my biggest thing with skiing is I can't get off the lift without just like poof, falling on my face. So I am automatically scared to death I'm going to be on the wrong lift, because if I happen to get on the lift that's like a black diamond, I won't fall on my face just getting off the lift. I'm going to fall on my face the entire way down. Yeah. So this will tell you what lift you're on in case, or if you're looking for a lift. And the great thing about this, it is a free app for iOS devices. You need to have 3GS or more because of the GPS and location-based kind of technology that it uses.
If you fall off the lift, you're automatically disoriented. So this is a way to get you back on track.
Oh, thanks, Andy. That's so nice. Once I tumble, I fell one time, and I had these kids that are probably 8 years old behind me. They said, "Oh, come on!" And I'm like, "Back off, you two." Anyways, so this app is free, like I said, and it comes equipped with Copper Mountain, Deer Valley, Killington, North Star at Tahoe, and Stevens Pass. If you want more trails, they are 99 cents per trail, so still really inexpensive if you're a skier or love to check out new ski resorts. And I said to you, I almost feel like Paul was probably in one of those people just going down.
Going through testing out or demoing the AR app itself. Now, I wonder if that's going to be available for Android. Anything on the site there about it? It's iOS only, right?
Yeah, I haven't checked it out as far as Android. It did. I'm sure it will be, and so check out for that. This actually let's see when it was created here. I'll check into the Android, and I typically do that beforehand, but I was a little maybe fixated.
Well,
and you'll find more on the travel app actual show. I will go into detail.
Yes, I go into detail.
Yes. So, anyways, that is the travel app of the day. It's Real, REALSKI, SKI, REALSKI, and free app. So let's see here. Taping this week, we have got, actually, let's see here. Shows will publish Geocaching World last night. How was that?
Geocaching World was not the same without you there.
I wish I could have been.
Now, I can say that graciously, but that's the truth. It wasn't the same. We were talking about all kinds of things. We started out with the New Orleans Mardi Gras kind of flavor, but then we very kind of moved through tips in all sorts of different terrain. We talked about deserts. We talked about nighttime geocaching. One of the things that was surprising to me, I didn't realize that some of these actually are set up for nighttime geocaching, where they have markers that aren't visible with flashlights. You have to have a particular color laser to be able to watch these things. Yeah. So so anyway, the whole world of geocaching, of course, fits so well with RVs and camping, because it's something that you can adapt to the skill of whoever's in your camping party, whether it's kids or whether it's 20-somethings.
Very cool. I'm excited to watch that one. I got in this morning and saw it up, and it looked like, I'm going to mispronounce it, it looked like Hard Hat had a pox. What are those donuts?
The special 1,500 calorie donuts.
Yeah.
That and I can't.
Mark is Polish. He's been talking about
it's a Polish.
Poxies? Oh, goodness. We're
embarrassing ourselves.
Our street credit for the Polish community is completely gone down.
Mark will help you get calibrated.
I should
on that.
know these. That's all he's been talking about. So be sure to look for that episode. If you're watching us live today, about 24 hours from now, it'll be posted at RVNN.TV. And, of course, we've got an episode of RV Capital Talk where we are with Sherman Goldenberg of RV Business, but we are joined by the Route 66.
Route 66 people. You probably had the chance, if you're an active RVer, to have seen the Route 66 dealer network. And we'll learn a little bit about what's behind that and some of the benefits, particularly to consumers, of dealing with one of those dealers for your RV purchase or servicing needs.
Mm-hmm. And of course, we've had a packed week here at RVNN, and Friday on Live, which is the 24th, we will be joined by Brad Herzog, who is actually a blogger for GoRVing. If you go to GoRVing.org/blog, you'll see his blog up there, but he's also an author. He's done kids books. He's done a book I actually got in the mail. I need to start reading it here, is Turn Left at the Trojan Horse.
Turn Left at the Trojan Horse. Now, that sounds like one of those roadside attractions that you definitely would not want to miss.
No. Yes, you want to stop and see the Trojan horse, then turn left and go on your journey and wherever the road takes you. So be sure to tune in for that episode. I know it'll be a good one. And that's all we have for this week. But again, next week, packed full of great guests.
Exactly. And we're we're working through some equipment upgrades here as well that we hope will be able to bring us even more live interaction with people in the world of RVing all over the country to kind of augment what we do on Skype. So stay tuned for all that. Courtney, I have to tell you, there's one thing that didn't happen though last night when I was recording the geocaching world. I didn't get my homework done.
Uh-oh.
Can I say the dog ate my homework? Does that count?
We'll let it fly this time. Because the dog ate my homework because I got too distracted with the iOS version of my app today.
Okay.
So you're okay.
So this is Dog Ate My Homework episode of RVNN-Live. the episode for Geocaching Radar got written and produced, but not assembled into its final form. So we'll hold that. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
We'll let it slide this time. And you know what? It is Ash Wednesday. We hope you have a great Wednesday. We'll be back on Friday. And I think that's wraps it up for us today.
It does indeed. Thanks for joining us here on RVNN Live. I'm Andy McCaskey from RVNN TV.
I'm Courtney Wallen, and we will see you Friday.
Today's show is brought to you by Angie's List, where you'll find thousands of unbiased reports and reviews about service companies in your area. Whether you're looking for a roofer, plumber, house cleaner, dentist, or even a doctor, Angie's List members share their experiences with each other so that you can choose the service company that's right for your job. Companies can't pay to be on Angie's List, and the reviews come from people just like you who have had experience with the companies mentioned. To find out more, go to rvnn.tv and click on the Angie's List ad.